Some shows that I'm currently watching on Apple TV. Prehistoric Planet Ice Age. I finished the first episode. It's really good. It's a documentary series about the Ice Age. Um, it's done. It's CGI, but it's done like a real documentary, nature documentary. So it's very interesting. I just seen the first episode. I thought it was very interesting. Um, Also watching Primal. It's Adult Swim animation. I'm currently on episode 9. It's like kind of like a silent film because there's like no dialogue. It's because it's primal. It takes place in the prehistoric era, but you have I guess you would say a caveman as the main character who befriends a dinosaur, and it's just shows how they're trying together to survive in a prehistoric era. It's really interesting. It's a cartoon I've been meaning to get to, and I've been watching a little bit at a time. One Punch Man, like an animated anime. I'm on season 1, episode 10. Um, Very comedic, very awesome as well. Good fight scenes. I like the characters. I'm enjoying the show. Also started watching Fargo, which is another TV show I've been meaning to get to. I really like the movie by the Coen brothers. The Coen brothers also had um, some to do with this show, and they're doing a really good job. And it feels very poignant at this time.
Goodbye! No, 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 no,
And Minnesota is really on the radar right now for obvious reasons, and I just think it's just Minneapolis, Minnesota. It's an interesting time to watch the show, and being it's winter and the show takes place where there's a lot of snow. Um, Really cool. And then we have this Tezuki Fujimoto. It's a series of shorts anime, and I'm on episode 6. And all of the shorts have been pretty cool. I'm not familiar with Fujimoto, but very interesting art style, very different from short to short. And this one's called Ta Tatsuki Mojimoto 17 through 26. So I don't know if that's 17 through 26 of his shorts. I don't know what that means necessarily. Not really familiar with the artist, but I've enjoyed the shorts so far of what I've seen of it. And then I have The Orville, another show. I New Horizons. I was meaning to get to this um, by Seth Bargan, I believe. No, the guy who wrote and directed a Family Guy. He also is involved in this. He's also the captain of the starship. He plays as an actor, and this is a fantastic show. If you like Star Trek, it's like it's a parody of Star Trek, but it's done really within that vein of Star Trek. It's one of the best um, Star Trek shows out there. Um, Even if it doesn't take itself too seriously, I think it's really good. And then I am watching on Adult Swim. I started watching Samurai Jack. I grew up as a kid watching Samurai Jack, and I'm currently season 1, episode 9. Um, I never committed to watching the whole series. I know the last season came out later, where Samurai Jack has grown up, but so I'm interested to see where it concludes because growing up, I just seen episode on TV, like Sunday morning cartoons, episodes here and there. So watching it from start to finish is has been an interesting watch. Um, it is a kid show, but that said, as an adult, I'm still enjoying it for what it is. The same could be said for One Piece. I just went into One Piece. I'm on season one, episode 12. Huge undertaking with One Piece. There's so many seasons, so many episodes. There's like over 100 or so episodes, more than that. It's just crazy the amount of material there is in One Piece, and I'm sticking through it as much as I can, but I will admit this is a daunting task for any show that has this much material. Sometimes sitting through it feels like a chore, but I'm hoping to get a payoff because from what I hear, people adore, love One Piece. And I didn't grow up on One Piece. And similar to Samurai Jack, it feels like a kid's show. And I'm not a kid, so I'm trying to maintain a level of patience with the show. But from what I've seen so far, up to episode 12 of season one, it's been mostly enjoyable. I'll say that mostly. Um, though it is a huge undertaking. Peacemaker, on season two, episode two. Peacemaker is hilarious. Again, from James Gunn. I'm a James Gunn fan. I like how he writes his characters. One thing I could say that I appreciate about James Gunn, sometimes the comedy does not hit with me with James Gunn. It is very juvenile, and I'm not necessarily a fan of his music choices. It's like somebody from the late 90s, early 2000s playlists of punk rock music or whatever it is. And it's not but it works. Um and it doesn't throw me off so much that I don't enjoy the show. And the comedy, as juvenile as it is, kind of works with the show. And I wouldn't say I'm like it's like laugh at loud funny for me, but it is enough. There is enough comedic value in there to where I'm amused by it. I'm amused by it. But this is James Gunn at James Gunn's most, like, just brazen. Like, if Guardians of the Galaxy, the humor in Guardians of the Galaxy is like at a 7 or 8, this one takes it up at a 10. Like, it's completely outrageous, and a lot of the episodes, surprisingly, is like hard or talking nudity, uh, perversion. I mean, it's an insane show and an insane look on comic book characters. Of course, this is a spinoff from Suicide Squad, the Suicide Squad, which James Gunn also directed, and Peacemaker was also in that movie. And he is the showrunner of this TV series, and it's been an interesting watch. I have been enjoying it. The Sopranos, again, another show I've been meaning to get into, and I just finally decided I'm gonna sit down and try to watch this show. I'm on season one, episode 5, and it says everybody says, uh, quite possibly a masterpiece. This show is what really is the godfather of, you know, high, you know, dramas, like Breaking Bad, and it it's the narrative is so complex with the show and the characters, and it is really a great show. I could see how it got so much high accolades that it has. And I'm very happy I started watching it. Then we have The Bear, another show that I've been meaning to watch. I'm on season one, episode six. And The Bear, again, is one of those. It's it's like a drama, but it's also there's some comedic comedy, but it's like very dark comedy, kind of dark, kind of dry humor. Um, but there are some comedic moments in there to alleviate the tension of this high stress work environment of people working in a restaurant business. And this guy, he started off as a famous world renowned sous chef, um, who things happened and they fell off, and now he's trying to get himself back on his feet along with his cousin, who they have tensions with one another about how the restaurant should be run, and trying to keep their staff, who's not necessarily the best, but are learning tricks of the trade. And this restaurant that's kind of seen better days. They have money issues. They're trying to keep the kitchen in working order. They're trying to keep the food as high quality as they can keep it, even though the ingredients aren't the greatest. And it's just interesting. It's very true to life kind of drama of what it's like to work in that kind of environment, and I've been enjoying it. Um, I think the characters are very well acted, very good. I like the flow of the film. I like the rhythm of the show, the music, everything about it. The production value is just a great show, and it's kind of refreshing to have a show that's about one thing and hasn't gone to what other shows tend to go to. I keep waiting for that major ball to drop. Keep waiting for somebody to get shot or someone to get die or something. But so far, it's just been about what the show is about, and that's about the service industry and what it's like to be in the service industry. And I like how it's keeping holding that line at least so far. There up to season six, there is some indications that things may go another way, and if it does, I'd be totally welcome to it. But even if it just kept this theme of it just being about the service industry, I'd be totally open to that too, because it's just been fantastic. And now we have The Firefly. This show is another show that I seen on TV occasionally growing up. I'm on season one, episode five. It's kind of a weird kind of sci-fi. What I like about the show, what it reminds me of a little bit, I wouldn't say completely, but Cowboy Bebop. It's a show that takes place in the galaxy in the future. You have these bounty hunters that are space, kind of hunters. They travel from planet to planet, trying to find bounties and trying to cock up some schemes and to make money to keep themselves employed, and it's all about survival. Interesting cast of characters. I'm on season one, episode five. It's interesting, but I don't think this show really was really popular when it came out. I don't know the history of the show too much, but I'm not sure. But I think it's only one season because it wasn't renewed for a second season. Um, but for what it is, I'm enjoying it. I mean, yeah, I mean it's a good show. I'm enjoying it. The Edge of Sleep is just one I started watching on a whim because I thought the idea was interesting. The Edge of Sleep, just looking at the cover is interesting because it's like, what the hell is this? And it's definitely an interesting premise. Basically, people, if they fall asleep and they die, and there's some weird things that happen while they're sleeping, including nightmares and nightmare sequences that are interesting. I'm a season one, episode six, and it's interesting. I'll just say that it's interesting. Is it good? I'm enjoying it, but there's some things about it that I'm like, I I'm gonna have to watch more. I'm hoping there'll be a payoff, but for what it is, just the concept alone has got me continuously being intrigued and wanting to watch more. So I'm gonna continue watching it. We got Star Trek: The Next Generation. Good gracious, Star Trek: The Next Generation. What can I say? Grew up seeing episodes on the TV, been meaning to watch the show, and I've been trying to finish this damn thing for my whole life. I'm on season six, episode four, and it's just been one episode after the other. Sometimes taking a hiatus from the show, coming back later. Sometimes taking a hiatus and forgetting where I left off, you know. And so I have to rewatch it from from the start, or like figure out what season I left off on. So it's just been a uphill battle trying to get this show done because I really want to get into the next Star Trek show, and it's like Deep Space Nine. I really want to get to Deep Space Nine, but I don't want to go into Deep Space Nine before I finish the Next Generation. But what can I say about the Next Generation other than it's Star Trek? This is Star Trek at its peak, at its prime. Doesn't get better than this. And I just fall in love every time that intro sequence comes up. And I can never skip the intro sequence. Hell no. Uh Chernobyl, episode one, just finished it. Season one, episode one. Holy shit. This is one that's been in my list. It's an HBO show. People, this show is about, I don't know if it's a true story. I'm assuming it is about a nuclear fallout, but not the nuclear fallout in the sense like a nuclear bomb went off, right? It's in the sense that a nuclear power plant has blown up and all of the little atoms, molecules, all the pollutants are in the air, and people, to see what happens during the meltdown, during the, when people start to catch the nuclear whatever disease you want to call it, it's horrifying to say the least. And I can see why, especially after watching the first episode of this show, some people are very skeptical about nuclear power plants and the risk of nuclear power plants because the idea of one of those nuclear power plants blowing up after watching this, holy shit, it's terrifying. And I can't wait to continue on with that show. Oh my god. Over the Garden Wall on Cartoon Network. I'm on season one, episode two. It's kind of like a kids show, but it's a kind of kids show that something about the art style and the way the story is told and the just this this feels like a different kind of kid show because of how it's so artistic, and it's really good. I don't know what much else to say. It's like a a fairy tale, um, like a children's book fairy tale type story. And I've tried watching these with this show with my nephews, and I don't think they really got into it. They couldn't get into it, but I appreciate it for its artistic value, if anything. So that's why I'm watching it, and I want to try to finish it. And then we have the Reign, HBO Max original, and Scavengers Range. I'm just started. I'm on season one, episode one. Um, Holy crap, man! As far as like science fiction, you have like a it's an animation. You have these characters on what seems to be like an alien planet that they're stranded on, and they're trying to figure out a way to escape the alien planet because they're kind of stranded there. And their aliens on this planet are some of the most unique depictions of aliens I've seen depicted in film, movies, or animation. It's just, and the way they use the alien's life to their advantage is fascinating. And so I'm looking forward to continuing that one. But anyway, those are some of the shows I'm watching at the moment. And if I have any updates on any of my thoughts on any of these one shows, I'll let you know. But yeah, I just wanted to mention that what I was currently up to watching. Thanks for watching. And if you want me to go any further into any one of these shows, if you'd like to hear my opinion, just let me know.